Hi everyone, it's Lisa here, and I have a scrapbooking process video to share with you today. And this is using a kit I got a while back from the scrapbooking store. So I just thought I would share with you how I'm using it. So I'm using that black or that navy cardstock in the background just as a way to kind of make it a 12 by 12. I had this leftover piece and I just wanted that corrugated cardboard and then another background piece to kind of like make a full 12 by 12. And this is again using stuff that I had in my stash. So I have a whole bunch of like stickers and pattern paper and everything else. So this pattern paper is, I can't remember from which line. Anyway, I just cut a strip off in with these little stars in the background, and then I'm going to mat this photo using the other part of this navy paper. So it's going to have a nice gray background, and it just didn't quite get cut enough, so I'm just cutting it with some scissors. And I'm using the other side of the blue background paper. It's got these lines or like these different kind of stripes on them. So I'm just cutting a very, very thin piece of that. And then I'm just adding some elements all over the place. Now, these are, I think, Queen & Company gemstones or gem dots or dewdrops or something like that. I can't remember the name of them. Anyway, in this orange pattern, there's like these circles, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to use up all these orange little pieces and put them in the circles of those background. I used up all the bigger ones towards the end. I ran out, so I just used the smaller ones to fill in, and honestly, you can't really tell the difference. So, and then I have this orange polka dot. I'm going to add that towards the bottom, but I don't want a lot of orange, so I'm going to actually use, I think that's from the nautical line, and I'm actually going to use this kind of lighter blue, it's like a cardstock, but it's just a pale blue pattern paper. And so that way it's going to kind of bridge that orangeness all the way around it. And then I'm going to take some, I think it's the tea dye Tim Holtz, or not tea dye, vintage photo ink, and I'm just going to go around the edges of that picture or of the cardstock just to define it from each other. And then I'm just going to start laying everything down. You can see I added some arrow stickers to the bottom, to the top, and I took some of those wooden nickels, and those are just going to help kind of point your eye in towards the middle of the photo. Here I'm just taking my Tim Holtz ruler and I'm just adding some lines. It's just kind of helter-skelter all over the place, and then just doing some quick journaling, and you know, just going to do a little bit of quick journaling here and get that put on there. And this layout did not take a lot of time at all. So it was, if you're looking for a very, very, very fast kind of layout, this is a good one to put on. So I had like these leftover little chipboard pieces, and just the colors matched. I'm not really looking for what's on them. I'm just looking at colors. So I'm just kind of scattering them around the pages. So if you have any like chipboard elements that are those particular colors, just add them in and it'll give you a nice little pop of color. It's kind of like sequins or sprinklings or enamel dots. It's just the same idea. And I had this little piece that had, I think it says "You are laughter" or "Had fun laughing," or I can't remember. So anyway, I put some of these little die cut pieces. I think they're from the Daydreamer from Dear Lizzie. So I'm just going to add some of those around the page. I had a couple of those. And again, just kind of looking in my stash for a few things. I was running out of items in the kit to use up, so I'm kind of digging into my own stash at this point for things that I could use up. I like to use a lot of arrows, especially when there's a lot going on in the page. The arrows are going to point your direction of where your eye needs to go into the page. So I have a lot of these arrows from, I think one's from not Studio Calico, Stampin' Up, yes, Stampin' Up, and then Heidi Swap as some of the other ones. And then some are stickers. And I had some of these leftover arrow chipboard pieces, so I'm going to use those again to draw your eye in where I want you to start looking. And then these are some chipboard alphas. They're from Pink Paisley, and I think it's called the Pen Pal line. And I'm going to take out some letters, and I think I could go back for more, but I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to put my title, and it's going to be RU, and then I'm going to find some other alphas, and I'm going to put having, and then some bigger chipboard alphas, a good time. So it's going to be like, are you having a good time? So I think at this point I'm just trying to find some alphas. Okay, so now I can see I ran out of E's on the title that or the chip stickers, pardon me, that I was trying to work with. So I'm actually going to take an L and I'm going to chop up, I think, a V or a Z or something like that. And I'm going to make an E out of that. And that works. So then I just ran out of room, so I pulled that arrow acetate piece that I had there, and then I finished my title. Now I wanted to, after I started putting my letters down, I realized that I needed to shift my title kind of like more right centered, or right justified, or however you want to say it. So I'm going to start taking the dot adhesive runner that I have, and that's Tombow, the Tombow tape runner. So I'm going to just glue each one of those pieces down, and then I need to fill in the space where it's going to say like having a good time. I realized I started like putting my stuff down and I didn't have the in there, so I had to shift everything over. So just do that real quick. And then you can see I have that space between the good time and then that laughter circle chipboard piece. So I'm kind of keeping in my mind what I want to add in there. So again, just kind of adding little bits and pieces all over the place. So you can see here I'm trying to find something that's going to fill in that gap. I'm going to go through all the trouble of pulling the plastic and the inside pieces of this word that says totally, but I don't end up using it. It looks okay there, but it's not what I was looking for. So I add this arrow, and that just kind of helps, again, point your eye in towards the photo. And then that whole piece needed to feel like it was a little grounded, so I found this sticker that's from Simple Stories, an older collection. And just going to add that in there. And then I have these wood veneer stickers. They're just stickers that look like wood grain on them. And just add those over top of that piece and just kind of fill it in. So here you're going to get a close-up look of the layout. And I love that cardboard rough texture of this layout. And so you're just going to see some of the individual pieces there. I added some, other little embellishments, but for the most part, it is done. So here are the close-up pictures, and thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!